Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. Today we're doing something fun, or at least I think it's fun. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of an audit, a little bit of an exercise. So 2 videos happened recently that really made me want to do this. The first was my closet declutter video where I looked into how people were decluttering and how they were talking about their clothes. And one of the things that I mentioned in that video was taking a look at your pieces and learning what you can. And this can be things that you love and are working for you, or things that you want to declutter, because the more knowledge you have about what's working and what's not, the better that future purchases can be. And in that video, I talked as well about I don't like it, or I don't wear it that much, or I don't wear it anymore, are not good enough reasons for me personally to declutter an item because they don't go deep enough. I also posted a video that was maybe like a week before that video where I shared these feelings that I was having about a pair of pants, and we kind of did a bit of a deep dive into why I want them and what I can maybe do when I feel that way. Y'all also liked that video, and that kind of encouraged me a little bit to go ahead with this one. So today we're going to be looking at 3 things, or 3 items, and we're going to be looking at something that I really love to wear. It's a most worn piece. We're going to be looking at something that I'd like to declutter, as well as something that caught my eye that made me go, ooh, I think I would want that. So the point of this video is to showcase in action a bit of what I was talking about and give you a jumping off point for how you may want to consider your clothes before you shop or before you declutter. So let's get started. And I think let's start off with the piece that I really like. That's a favorite piece. This is item number 1. I wear it all the time on this channel. It is a basic crew neck sweater from Frank & Oak. I'm going to put a picture of me wearing it so you can see it more closely, but I do wear it quite often in videos. So when you're picking your pieces to work through, I think starting with things that you really like can be a positive place to start, because that's a feel-good place, and thinking about what you love can help you in some cases get closer to buying more things like that, or making better purchases than necessarily things you don't like. And when I sit down to do these, or if I'm doing a closet playtime, my goal is not to go immediately out and replace it or immediately translate this knowledge into a purchase, because sometimes that can lead to excitement, but also sometimes it could put pressure on ourselves, and also to learn enough to immediately go out and do something with that knowledge. So my goal for this piece is to learn what I can, whatever that is. And I also will kind of follow the line of questioning opposed to sticking to a rigorous question. Like, I'm just going to go where the answers take me. Let's start off with why. Why do I love this? And one thing to keep in mind when asking these questions is what kind of evidence can you get to support those answers? And hopefully we can do a bit of that as we go through. So number 1, I love this color. Green is one of my favorite colors to wear. I'm wearing a green top today. You're going to see green in 2 other pieces today. It's a very favorite color of mine to wear, and there are different shades of green, but this is probably one of my favorite shades of green. I think it is harmonious with my skin tone, and one of the reasons I believe that I wear this piece more than other pieces, like other greens, is because of the shade of green, and also the shade of green on the style of sweater. Not everything that we wear that we love translates to everyday wear, but this one does because of the type of garment that it is. This is like a medium weight sweatshirt. This is a weight of sweatshirt that I can wear throughout the entire year. And I do in fact wear this. It's one of the few pieces that stays in my wardrobe 365 days of the year. And I typically wear it about once a week. In the last 365 days, I've worn it 40 times. And I think there might have been 1 or 2 times that did not get cataloged, or like maybe 1 week it got stuck in the laundry bin. That's not 52 wears, like 1 every week. Because I do wear this less in the summertime. June through September, I do still wear it, but it's not a reached for piece because there are other things that are more of that moment that I would prefer to wear instead. But if I'm, let's say, in the evening time, like going to the grocery store, like sometimes my partner and I will we'll just go get some ice cream in the evening time. This is the fallback piece, not in a bad way, but in a good way. So 40 wears in 52 weeks approximately is pretty good for an item of this age and also of this type, because I live in a 4-season climate. There are things that I have worn more than this, and typically pants are my most worn items because I will wear those multiple times in a week. Last week I wore this twice, and I do find myself wearing sweaters maybe a maximum of twice a week, because that way I feel more like I'm repeating the outfits, like I'm looking the same. And so because of the weight of the sweater and the color of it, it makes it wearable throughout more of the year. I'm going to show you 2 examples of things that are worn a similar amount, but also more than this, to kind of give you some context what I'm talking about. So this sweater is my Province of Canada sweater. I love this sweater so much. Maybe arguably, I don't know which one I love more, this one or this one, but I also don't have to pick, which is the great thing about it. This Province of Canada sweater, I'm just gonna put that down, is one of my most worn pieces and favorite pieces to wear in fall winter because of the color combination. It's a dark blue and a dark green, or a darker green, that reminds me of fall. And it also is a heavier sweater. It's not the heaviest sweater that I own, but it's up there, and it is a heavier weight overall than that Franken Oak sweater. Fabulous sweater to wear in fall and winter, but I don't wear that. Like April is gonna be the last month that I wear that for. It's gonna be put away May through to maybe September. I might pull it out late September, mid-September, early October, because the colors and the weight are just right for that period. And when I feel those 2 items together, it really does show me the lightness of the Franken Oak sweater and that color just being neutral for me. This sweater I've worn more times than both of those, and I love this sweater a lot. I like the pink color. It does stay in my closet all year round. I've only had it for a year, so I can't say too much long term about this, but I wear it far less in fall winter because of the color. The last time I wore that was March 10th. And that sits right with me because I want to prioritize wearing the last of my fall winter pieces before I put them away. And so I've been wearing my Province of Canada sweater a lot more. One thing you'll notice about my most worn pieces is they are sweatshirts. I wear them a ton. I think this one, the pink one, has like 65 wears. And I wear these items a ton because I'm at home, just doing at-home stuff majority of the time. That's how I spend the majority of my time. And so it makes sense that the clothes I wear reflect that, like reflect my lifestyle. And the colors play a really big role into why I wear something, why I like something, and when I wear it. And when I put all of these into context, out of all 3 of these, the green is the most neutral, and it is of a weight and a style that is just most wearable throughout the year. The pink one is cropped and it is a little bit bulky. So even when I'm like going out and about in the world, there are certain things that I won't wear it for. Like I could still wear that green sweater on a more casual date, but the pink one I probably wouldn't wear. Mostly a personal preference, not some kind of objective fact. And so the green one gets so much wear. And this item may be boring to you, but really illuminates to me the power of color combined with weight. And yes, like silhouette plays a role in that, because this one is a classic crew neck style, and the other 2 are, they're not zippers, but they have like a collar to them. And I picked both of those silhouettes in the last year because I didn't have anything like that. And I really, really love those silhouettes. And the wears of those have been fabulous. And I've gotten the wears that I've hoped from them. And in the case of the pink one, more than that. But I wouldn't want too much of that. Crew neck for me, I can continue to wear crew necks for years and years and years. I've owned the green Frank and Oak one for 5 years. It's not getting old. The collar ones, I think, will, so I don't want to have too much of them. I also don't really like hoodies. I don't wear them a lot, even for filming videos, because I don't like the bulk at the back of my neck. And so this highlights to me like color and weight. I have a red sweater that is too punchy, too poppy to wear on a regular basis. I don't want to see myself wearing that red sweater all the time. It bothers me. It's about the right weight, but it actually is like a little bit smaller and red. I don't want to wear that all the time. I also have a black lightweight crew neck that's for spring summer that gets a shit ton of wears in spring summer, but not the rest of the year, which is fine, time and place. And I love wearing black. It's my most worn color, but I don't really want to wear a black crew neck all the time. I like it in other fabrics, other items. One of the reasons why I did pick this crew neck, despite it being worn slightly less than the other two, is I've owned it for 5 years and it has had consistent wear, although slightly decreased over the past 5 years, because I've found some things that I do like that kind of mix my wardrobe a little bit differently. But despite that, we're still getting worn about 40 times a year. So it's had consistent wear for 5 years. And the reason why it's been so consistent is the color, the weight, and the silhouette. So how could I use this information to make different choices or better choices in the future? Does my wardrobe need another of this thing? Maybe, but probably not, because I don't need that many items to translate for full year wear when I have items that are on fall winter side and then spring summer side. What is maybe interesting to investigate would be the spring summer side. And this also opens up an interesting question. Would I want to buy a lighter weight piece to be exclusively worn for spring and summer, or would it be beneficial to buy a piece if I were to buy one for all year round? The practical part of me says, yeah, get the piece for all year round. But we also have to think about the other end of the spectrum, the fall winter spectrum. And I have enough of those clothes. I really do. And so if I were to buy something that could be worn all year, it's now competing with other things on that end of the spectrum that I don't need. And then this really is more of, okay, how is the spring summer stuff doing? Like, how much do I have of these everyday pieces? And that is the question to go into my wardrobe with. And so it may be that I don't actually need new pieces, which is great. And the point of looking at my favorite item wasn't to go buy things like this. And so I think a related question could be, how could I use this knowledge? How could I use this knowledge about color and weight being so important to me and translate it to other items, and maybe why I'm not wearing those? To me, it makes sense that if color and weight play such a role in the things I'm already talking about, it's going to play a role in other things. And maybe the reason why things aren't working or I'm not wearing them enough is for color and weight reasons. So this is, I think, a good time to look at item number 2. We also haven't talked about everything that I could talk about with this item. I was just kind of thinking about some of the top of mind things. I don't want to be too navel gazing here. So let's go into item number 2. It is this pair of pants. They are a blue-green plaid. They have like a zipper detail on each side and then like a button closure at the top. The last time I wore these was 2023. These do not get worn. These have been sitting in my to declutter pile, which is more like the to think about pile. So even if I come up with concrete reasons to declutter these today, they're not going to go anywhere quite yet, because there are things to think about. The number one reason why I don't wear these pants is the color. It's a green blue plaid, and I love a green blue plaid. I mean, this is a tartan. When I bought this, I was like, wow, I love this color combination so much. It would make sense to have it in a plaid, and it could add some versatility to my wardrobe. The sweater that I showed you, the Province of Canada sweater, is green. I have a bag like that. Like, it's something I really love, but I don't want it in too much quantity, and I kind of get where I was going with this. It's the wearability. We'll come back to the color in a second, answering the question of why don't I wear these. This also, I think, kind of comes into a bit of the it's not my style anymore, which we heard a lot in that closet declutter video. And the reason why I have a hard time looking at this in terms of this is my style is because the specific silhouette, the specific kind of plaid, and then the features of it, like the zipper pocket detail and the way that it buttons at the top, gives me like a punk vibe. Like, I feel like I could see a punk girl wearing these with some combat boots, some Docs specifically, maybe some Converse, like a band tee. That's how I keep envisioning these pants. And tartan is kind of funny because you see the preppy gals wearing it or people with preppy style wearing it, but it can also be worn by like some of the punk and some of the rock kind of people. And it depends on the silhouette of the item, but this just gives me such like punk vibes. And there was a moment when I was leaning more into that, and I bought these in that moment thinking they could be worn outside of that, but that's all I can think about when I wear this. It's not inherently punk. It doesn't just have to be styled that way. And a lot of what makes like a punk outfit is also the person's personal aesthetic, their makeup and their hair and how they carry themselves. I don't really look very punk or rock even when I wear a leather jacket. I'm not the rock girl, which is fine. And so my personal aesthetic doesn't lean that way despite this coming to mind. So whenever I put it on, I feel this mismatch. Also, despite being able to style it differently. And so I am having these blocks, and maybe this is really just the case of you got to style it enough times in a different way in order to communicate to yourself that you've pigeonholed it and it doesn't actually need to be in that hole. I also find this, despite the punk element, let's take that up for a second, I find this hard to style because it's a plaid pant. Like, what do you wear with that? It's solid colors, and I just kind of feel like my wardrobe, or this is what I've been telling myself, my wardrobe doesn't support the kind of outfits for this, but immediately in my mind, this is a pattern. All I need to do is wear not a pattern on top and it'll work. Imagine this, white or black bodysuit. I have multiples of those. Fine. Put it with a jacket like this, or even maybe a jean jacket. I have a black jean jacket. That could work. We could do maybe even both of those, like a basic bodysuit or a t-shirt bodysuit even. Put it with a trench coat. I'm sure that would be cute. And this is kind of getting me excited to wear these pants. But the secondary thing, maybe the tertiary thing, is that, as I mentioned, day to day, like literally 5 days a week, I am at home looking like this. Usually like I'll do a jean and like a sweater. Why the Franken Oak one gets worn a lot. These are also like skin freaking tight. That's not the most comfortable pant to be wearing at home, just casually. And it also feels like a little dressed up for home. And so maybe I need to just get out of my head of that. But also part of me is like, it's not going to happen because I don't want to wear a skin tight jean at home when I'm doing shit or like editing videos or whatever. That's not the outfit of choice because of comfort. When I go out, it's typically with my partner. Sometimes I'll go out with friends, or sometimes I'll do like solo little adventures. I went to go write at a cafe like a week ago. I went on like a little exploration trip of a nearby town, doing a little thrifting. I was in another city recently. I was doing some stuff over there. So it's not like it's always with my partner or always by myself. But when I'm going out for dates with my partner, this is not the thing I'm excited to wear. It's just not. There's so many other things that I find more exciting or more romantic or more suitable for the kinds of activities that we do. We go out to walk a lot. That's one of our favorite activities to do when we're going out. Sometimes we'll have like a pizza night in, which we're doing kind of today, hopefully. This just feels like a lot for a pizza night in. Or if we're going to go walk in a literal forest, also feels like a lot. But then also if we're going to have like a romantic afternoon at the lakeshore, this also doesn't feel like what I would wear to that. It's also giving Christmas and fall. So I wouldn't wear this now. Like this is too dark for right now. This is fall winter, and I typically keep this piece for fall winter, which is fine. It's totally okay to have a fall winter piece or fall winter pieces. And so if it's not of the moment now, that's not a bad thing. But if him and I were doing a walk in, let's say, early November, maybe not in a forest because we legitimately get dirty, but let's say we're doing a lakeshore, lakefront walk. It does feel a little extra for that, but I could wear it. I think I'm having a hard time getting past I'm more excited to wear other things. However, I do believe part of the reason why I'm more excited to wear other things is because I've pigeonholed this into the punk rock aesthetic. And that's all I think about when I wear it. And I go, oh, that's not me. Like it feels like somebody else's pants. I think I really just have not taken the time to style this. This needs its own wardrobe playtime because unless I actually give myself the opportunity to wear it, like I haven't given these pants a chance. Doesn't mean that like they stay or they go, but they need to be given a chance for me to love them. Because I bought them for a reason and I was excited at one point about them. Like there was something I liked about them. I didn't buy them that long ago. I bought them in 2022. I like a tartan and that's where I was going with this. It just has been neglected and has not been given the opportunity to be worn, to say, I know what goes with this and I know how to wear it. So that is what's going to be done. We're going to wardrobe playtime that thing. And I kind of feel good about that, honestly, to say or be able to be honest, be like, yeah, I actually haven't really given this a fair chance. I don't really know what I could wear with this. And although I did list some options for you, it's different to list them and see the outfit in your head than to see the outfit on. And I also honestly want more outfits than just bodysuit outfits. The winter is cold here. And if that's all I wear with it, not going to fly. So I need to style it with multiple things. I went the bodysuit route to be like, stop being an idiot. Like, stop trying to say that nothing goes with it. I literally picked the first thing off of my head and it could go with it. So there's like some excuse happening here, which I'm happy to call myself on. We can wardrobe playtime it up and I'm really curious to see how that goes. So the last item we're going to look at today is actually a photo. I saw this top when I was doing some research. This image arrested me, not as arresting as those pants. And I went, oh my God, I really like this. And I was thinking about it for the rest of the day. And I screenshotted the item and I find it very interesting once you kind of give yourself a little bit of space because the things I like about this item, I think have very little to do with the actual item in question. So what we have here is a blue crew neck t-shirt. It has like an oversized sleeve that's cuffed and she appears to be wearing a trouser. And then she has these silver hoops, a mauve is not quite the right word, brown, red kind of lipstick. And then her hair is in curls, but it's like loose waves. Center part, what gets me is, wow, this girl, she looks chic. And I think it could have been any top on her. And I just think the way that she styled the hair and the makeup, but then like the blue is just an eye-catching color that made me look at the image. And then when I looked at it, what I liked about her was her chicness. The hair, the makeup, the earrings. She's wearing a super basic but polished outfit. So I look at her, I go, wow, you look chic. And when I look closer at this outfit, I zoomed in. This shirt is not for me. I don't really like how I look in baby blue, but also let's pretend I did really like that. The sleeves are big and I would not enjoy wearing that. I can tell you right now, I would not enjoy wearing that. And she's also wearing a trouser that one would wear to the office. And I don't wear those kinds of pants. I have no real office to go to. And if I needed a pair of pants, I already have something like that. And I wouldn't bring it out to replicate this style because I don't wear these pants. It was this color that made me pay attention because I think compared to other items, it was around. And I think in a previous life, I would have added this to cart because I would have been sold of the color because it caught my attention. And then I would have said, wow, she looks so chic. I want to look like that. Add to cart. Really, it's not the top. It's how she's being presented. And this is something I've noticed a lot in myself, is being influenced by how a person carries themselves and how their makeup and their hair is done. I've learned my lesson. I fall for this a lot with like hairstyles with women who have thick hair. And I'm like, wow, she looks so chic and cute in her bob. Yeah, my hair is thin. It's fine. It's fine. So all these images I see with people with thick, luscious hair, even if it's short, that's not my hair type. Like, I'm catfishing myself. It's an illusion. And I have just noticed an increasing amount of how I'm influenced by how people are styled, which is a great observation to know about yourself, because you can catch yourself in moments like this. And I could recreate this myself. And also, it's going to look real different just based on the fact that I have short hair. She has long hair. Our hair type, like, she also appears to have fine hair. And our hair is of a similar color. Not the same. Like, she has some, it looks like maybe like highlights or something at the end of her hair. Like, the end of her hair looks darker than the mids and the roots. But my mids and roots look of a similar color to her. And she also has a different face shape than me. I have a longer face, and I would not look the same even in this outfit. I have this one rogue hair that just like, why? Anyway, she's gonna just have to go back there. If I recreated this outfit, I would not like the way it looked in it, because I don't actually like the outfit. That shirt would piss me off. I hate sleeves like that. I would just be so annoyed about it. And previously I would find stuff like this and I would try it on because I would love the way a model looks in it, or I would be captivated by things that are actually not the outfit and about like the person or how it's styled. And so I wanted to recreate this myself. I actually would be best suited doing that because I could wear clothes I have and I could just say, like, how could I feel chic today? I pointed to elements in that image that do point to chicness, because her and I have a similar hair type, like fine hair, and I think our hair will hold the curl similarly, like a kind of slicked back, smooth hair up here, a little curl, some really simple makeup. I actually have a lipstick that looks really similar to that. And then maybe go for like a really simple silhouette. Like, maybe I could do a jean, but I do kind of like have a trouser-like pant that I could wear. And then I could do like a t-shirt bodysuit. To me, like, I talked about bodysuits a bit in this episode or a bit in this video, because to me, those are some of the things that make me feel chic, which is a great thing to know. So I could do a t-shirt bodysuit. I have a couple different colors of that. Oh, I'd probably do an earring. I think the earrings here are really like making the outfit for me, which is kind of weird for me to say. I don't typically feel that way. And she has big hoops. I can't wear hoops that big generally. And I also don't know that I would like myself in big hoops, but I have smaller hoops that I like that I could wear and emulate it that way. That's a video. We looked at some items and I talked a little bit about what I like about them, why I'm wearing them, and just kind of take a closer investigation. I hope this was helpful, or at least entertaining. And I would love to know if you go out and do this in your own life. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.